everyone, and welcome back to a bonus day of A Very Crafty Holiday. In today's video, we are going to create a project for kids. I always like to do some type of kid craft at the holidays. Even though mine are getting quite old, I still have nieces that are younger, so I love to create different crafts that they can help me recreate over the holidays. So I thought it would be fun to make a create your own ornament kit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually create the ornament in the video, and everything that I'm doing I'm going to do twice so that I have an extra set of all of the supplies to create the little ornament kit at the end. So first off, I want to create my little penguin image, and I actually stamped him 3 times, but I end up only coloring the one here for the ornament that we're going to create. So what I'm going to do is just quickly color him with some Copic markers. So I'm not doing anything super fancy. I'm just adding a bit of darker gray colors to the main part of his body where he should be black. And then I'm taking another gray color. These are cool grays, and just adding a little bit of shading to him just to kind of show the white areas. And then I'm adding some red to his scarf and his hat just to give him a little bit of color. I'm going to finish him off with a little bit of orange on his beak and his little feet. And then that is going to finish the image, and we can cut him out. So I've cut out both the colored image as well as the non-colored image because we're going to need that to add to the kit. And I did have an extra one there, but we only end up needing one of those. So now I'm going to move on and start to assemble the base of the ornament. So I'm going to use the snow globe die and the Stitch Dome Stacks dies. And the reason I'm doing this is I want to create a frame that we can kind of use to go around the dome shaker pouches so that we can create a snow globe ornament. So I put the snow globe die onto my piece of cardstock, and then I added that dome around the outside. And I'm just making sure that I have a nice even margin all the way around, and I'm going to run this through my die cut machine. So I cut out 2 of the frames, which are the white cardstock piece, so you can see we ended up with that really fun frame with the stitching. And then I also used just the solid die on its own to cut out 2 backer pieces. So I have a piece of pattern paper, which is a really light blue color and white, and we're going to use that for the sky area in the background. I also have a dome shaker pouch like I mentioned before, and this is going to fit perfectly into that opening since we used the snow globe die to cut out the center of this little arch piece. So I want to have more than just the penguin in my scene, so I'm going to use the scenic snow globe dies, and I've die cut 2 snow hills, and I've also cut out 4 trees. So I have a large and small, so I'm going to set one of each of those aside as well as a snow hill, and then I'm going to use the remaining ones on my actual ornament. Now I've die cut everything from white cardstock because I want to give the child the option of coloring these in themselves. So they can use their crayons or their pencils, whatever they have on hand, to color in the trees whatever color they want. And then the snow would be white anyway, so I cut that out of white cardstock as well. Now I'm just adding some quick coloring to my trees with some Copic markers. And then once I have that done, we have all of the pieces of our little scene. I kept the overall design relatively simple since this is intended for a child, so I didn't want to have it too difficult for them to recreate. So I added my little snow hill and my trees, and then I'm adding my penguin right beside there, and that's going to be our entire scene. We're not going to add anything else. That's going to complete it. And then I'm going to add some adhesive to my dome shaker pouch. So I've added some adhesive all the way around this, but I want to add some sparkle to the inside of the snow globe. It's no fun if we don't have some actual snow in there, so I thought I would add the diamond dust glitter to the inside of the globe. So I'm just dropping a bunch of this directly onto my scene, and then I'm going to position that dome shaker pouch right over top and press that down to adhere it. And that's just going to close my little scene as well as all of this diamond dust glitter inside of the snow globe, and it's going to allow it to shake around and look like it's snowing on the penguin. Now that I have the snow globe complete, I can add the frame that we created onto the outside. So I'm going to put adhesive all the way around this, and I'm going to adhere it directly over that dome shaker pouch. And that's going to close all of that adhesive and all of the edges right underneath of there, so it's going to have a nice finished look. Now I do want to add the bottom of the snow globe as well so that it looks like an actual snow globe. So off screen I die cut 4 pieces of the bottom of the snow globe as well as 2 more pieces of that arched piece that we use for the main backing. I cut those all from Grout Gray cardstock, and I'm going to add a sentiment to 2 of these pieces from the Snow Globe Sentiment stamp set. So I decided to use Merry Christmas, and I'm just using some black ink and stamping this directly onto this snow globe bottom. And because we're creating 2 of everything, I'm doing 1 for the one that I'm creating, and then I'm doing 1 to set aside for the snow globe kit. So I'm just going to finish assembling the ornament by adding the bottom piece directly onto that little frame detail that we created. I'm adding a bunch of adhesive to the back of it, and then I'm going to add a piece of string, and this is going to allow us to actually hang this from a tree. So I'm just trimming off the excess that I don't need there. And then I'm going to take that second background piece and add adhesive fully around this so that I can adhere it over top of the background there with the string. And this is going to sandwich that string in between the two pieces and give the background a really nice finished look. So now we have this completed ornament, and the child can write a message on the back. It's got lots of space on there with that Grow Gray cardstock, and that can even be done before that's adhered to the finished ornament. So just a really cute craft that a child can easily make. There's not a lot to it, but it's really cute when it's finished. So I have all of these pieces here, but I do need to have some glitter as well because we want the child to be able to add that snow to their ornament. So I just took my little diamond dust glitter and I added some to a little baggie. I have a bunch of these on hand, and I'm just going to include this in the kit so they have everything that they need to do their little ornament. And then last but not least, I have a piece of string there that they're going to be able to use to make their ornament hang off the tree. So I've created a little piece of paper here. It says create your own ornament. I just typed that out on my computer and printed it onto a piece of cardstock. And I'm just adhering this finished ornament right above that. So I just used some temporary adhesive so that it can easily be removed. And then I'm going to tuck the string in behind. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this to a red piece of cardstock. And this is going to give it a nice finished look, and it's going to be the front of our little kit that we're going to create, just to make it look nice and finished and as a little gift that we're going to give. So I'm collecting all of the pieces here now that I have die cut as I went along. So these are all the pieces that I used in the ornament that I created, but they're all ready to go for a child to be able to create their own ornament. And I did end up adding in that extra penguin just in case they made a mistake and wanted to have another one. And then what I did is I just sandwiched everything in between the front panel and another piece of red cardstock, and I put it into a little card bag and sealed that up. So now we have this really cute ornament kit that we can give to a child, and they can recreate the ornament and be able to give it as a gift or just keep it for their own tree. So I hope you enjoyed this idea for doing a kid craft, and we'll give it a try. And please leave a comment on this video for a chance to win a gift card to the MFT online store. I really appreciate you all being here for this week of holiday crafting, and we really hope you enjoyed it and had a great time with us and are ready to start crafting for the holidays. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video soon.